Hi, our last session of the day, Dr. Singh. Hi, sorry, um, it took more time. I think virtual events are still settling in with everyone, so people tend to kind of overshoot. So how? So would you start, sir, immediately? You're on mute mode, sir. I think.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rohit ji, and in fact, thank you, IncubateIN, for such a fantastic and timely program, AI in schools, which is very, very, important and timely. Why in the sense because the Prime Minister's, appeal that we are going for digital transformation, and since education is one of the fountainheads for the growth and prosperity of any country, in fact, this is the right time wherein we are having this, intervention. Is my this PPT visible? Hello. Yeah. Is my PowerPoint presentation visible?
Now, absolutely,
Okay.
it's on the
Right.
screen, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So, as the topic being given to me is the Indian school education system prepared for the future. And as we know that, I think I was listening to the Lakshmi's presentation in my earlier session. And as we know that today, AI has left no sector untouched by its innovation and novelty. And its contribution to the educational sector, it has been most beneficial because education reforms the basis of knowledge and progress. Therefore, empowering and updating schools with AI, it will result in better impartment of knowledge and thorough and worthy evaluation of assessments. And if we see this AI ecosystem in Indian schools, in fact, this artificial intelligence, it is going to be a game changer. In fact, as we all know that everyone has been watching for AI's ability to change our lives forever in the next few years, and there is a good reason to believe also. But at the same time, we need to understand what our own issues and challenges, what are the traps that we need to in fact untrap so that we are actually able to inculcate AI in the mainstream of our education system. And in fact, if we see the education per se, education is not only for learning in general, it is also based on society's understanding of what is important and what is there for our future generation. Because we talk of sustainable development agenda, wherein we always talk of caring for the future generation. So we are living in a time wherein the time has come to redesign the education at every step. It has to be a continuous evolving process. And with this national education, policy in pipeline, which was unveiled last week, it is going to be a game changer. And in fact, education sector person is a very, very Herculean task, considering the demographics, considering the geography, considering the diversity of states with multiple languages, multiple races, multiple type of, creeds and sections and different, diversity in terms of, the age and all those stuff. I'm sure that through AI and using, digital technologies, we'll be able to surmount this challenge. And also know that of late, in fact, in the last few years, we have seen that digitization or digital transformation has become the overall theme which is driven by the government's agenda, and it is going to hit every sector. And education as an occupational sector itself will take in AI to make itself more effective. There will be better student experiences, better student outcomes, more efficient teacher, better administration, there'll be safer classes and infrastructure. And the broader areas, these are the broader areas in which the school systems they need to continue, they will evolve with penetration of AI. And also the government of India is, and also the educational board, they have been pushing the agenda for this AI in schools, and not only from the perspective of enhancing it, but also with the intention of making the young minds more aware and skilled when it comes to the artificial intelligence. And also, government is aware that the AI market is estimated to reach around close to $15 trillion globally by the year 2030. Therefore, the push for integrating AI in school curriculum is very, very timely. And as India laces up to introduce AI in school curriculum, there might be some issues that has to be countered first. In fact, in terms of Indian school ecosystem, the Central Board of Secondary Education. In fact, some time ago only, CBSE has released a curriculum which entails the various ways AI can be integrated into the school curriculum. And this curriculum, it gives a detailed account of how AI will be taught in children with their existing subjects. And the curriculum also, it came with a set of examples on how school subjects, as subjects like Hindi, English, social sciences, maths, science, they can be taught with AI applications, and the concepts, how concepts can be mixed in them. And also, of late, teacher, the CBSE and Microsoft, they have joined hands to conduct capacity building programs for high school teachers, because at the end of the day, everything boils down to the teachers. So teachers, they need to be understandable. They need to understand the latest nuances of AI, and lot needs to be done in terms of harnessing the data out here and creating tools for the teachers to be more effective. And also in this mode only, CBSE along with Microsoft, they have introduced two teachers handbooks to which will help integration of AI in schools. And this first facilitators handbook is about AI curriculum for standards for 8th and 9th students, and the second facilitators handbook is about AI integration across subject to enhance the multidisciplinary approach in the teacher learning process. And also, like we know that Niti Aayog, which is one of the nodal agencies of Government of India for promoting technology and other policy reforms. In fact, in February 2020 only, Niti Aayog, along with Atal Innovation Mission, in collaboration with NESCOM, it has launched an AI-based module which is rolled out for all the students in Indian schools. So this will start teaching young children from a very, very young age, and this will become, so that the Indians, as they become the leaders of the tomorrow, the entrepreneurs or educators or employees of tomorrow, they will become major players. And this is basically a path breaking, because it combines playing. It also make artificial intelligence a great fun, so that children can enjoy it and they can evolve and they can take our country forward. And in fact, it's very enlightening to see that in our National Education Policy 2020, which was unveiled last week only, there's a lot of emphasis on SDG 4, which tells about it seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. And in fact, it is heartening to note that there are around five clauses, like clause 4.24, 4.25, then 20.5, 23.2, and 23.8. It all talks about artificial intelligence. It talks about Industry 4.0. It talks about different models like 3D machining, big data, machine learning, augmented reality, virtual reality. And so we can see that the leaders of the India who want their children to prosper, to become leaders of tomorrow in technology, all these things they have been put up in this National Education Policy 2020. So in fact, this is again a very, very, you can say, a forward coming step. And I'm sure that once National Education Policy 2020 rolls out in phased manner, within a decade or so, India can emerge as a superpower as far as the technology intervention and digital transformation is concerned. Now, the point is that what are the drivers of change? Why schools they have to leapfrog in adopting artificial intelligence? The time has come. There is no time for incremental growth. The time has come to leapfrog from point 1 to point immediately at point 10, surpassing all these steps. And as we know that now there is that the future work is totally, there's a changing nature of work. Work is going to be flexible. Gone are the days for regular 9 to 5 jobs, wherein the work will be done in flexible mode, in telecommuting mode, and in all this new thing. And in fact, COVID-19 has taught us new nature and flexible type of works also. And also we know that the processing power of all our chips, all our technologies, it is increasing at very, very fast period at base. And also there's a lot of big data mining, there's a lot of big data analytics, and the quantities of data now available, they are indeed large. In fact, it is rightly said, data is the new fuel. So the most relevant characteristics of the new data ecosystem needs to be understood so that we are able to understand business trends, we are able to prevent diseases, combat crime, so on and so forth. In fact, the scientists, business executives, corporate leaders, the practitioners of medicine, advertising gurus, the governments, different state governments, they are in fact using a lot of large data sets in areas including like internet searches, fintech, urban informatics, business informatics. Scientists are using big data for meteorology, for genomics, for biology, for environmental research, and there are lot of activities and areas wherein this can in fact we need to leapfrog. And also the time has come wherein we need to unleash the power of this big data so that we are able to do a good socio-economic development of our nation as a whole. And also now we understand that there's a longevity. The societies will be aging. Gone are the days when our age was the average age of our country right now is around close to 63. I'm sure that every decade another 5 years will be added, and there'll be a lot of aging societies. So a lot of transformation needs to be done. How to surmount this very important challenge. And knowledge, tech, and design work will dominate in each and every step, and innovation will surpass productivity. And in this era, there will be a lot of skills. There will be permanent skill shortage because there will be shift of power from employee-employee relationship to talent management. It will be totally talent centric. Gone are the days when only your degrees and diplomas will be counted for. Now the time has come. Your talent will be tested because we know that talents are somewhat which are highly changeable and opportunities are limited. So the only thing that we need to develop in our states is basically building a talent in artificial intelligence and other important models of industry 4.0. And also we know that of late the student expectations they are also changed. Students need they need more influence, they need more autonomy, more freedom, and also they need to understand what all things are going along in all their transactions. There has to be they are looking for total transparency, and artificial intelligence is a big model that can actually play a very vital role. And also in fact if you see the the model of works how teams used to be. So for example on the left side you can see ABCDE, wherein the teams were totally vertical hierarchies were there in the teams in the organizations. Right now you can see how things are. It is basically more in matrix form, wherein the difference between the boss and the subordinate, the lines are very thin now. And how things will work in future, the teams will be totally decentralized. There'll be shared values, there'll be shared culture. Now we are talking of co-working spaces, we are talking of convergence model, we are talking of people coming together on a common platform, doing a task and immediately going for other things. There will be a lot of mergers and acquisitions. Therefore, seeing the future aspect of work, we need to have a very fine tuning of artificial intelligence and other models of industry 4.0 in our total work domain. And mind it, right now we used to say that we are working, the business word is highly VUCA in nature, wherein as we know that V stands for volatile, U for uncertain, C complex, and A is for ambiguous. So this reflects a very fast paced and increasingly unsustainable sort of era right now we are in. And in this VUCA, I will add two Ds. The first D is for the digital and second D is for diversity. In fact, this has become the new normal. In this total business ecosystem, and all the students will be working in this new business ecosystem in the new normal, they'll be encountering this digital footprints in each and every part of the work they are doing, and they will also understand that it is the diversity that will actually win the game, because diversity breeds innovation. There's a lot of work going on for diversity and inclusion. So all the leaders of tomorrow, they have to totally be engrossed in understanding the nuts and bolts of digital as well as diversity, because in this book environment, both of these elements are going to take a they are going to play a very important role. So as I told you that future jobs, there is total redefinition of jobs and business processes. There will be talent platform. The regular jobs will be totally over. The competitive differentiator for any organization will be the ability to staff and manage and lead increasingly automated and intelligent organization. And the environment will be a predator or a prey type of environment. There will be nothing like one size fit all. Things will be totally customized. And manufacturing and services, it will move from a massive production paradigm, it will become to a mass customization paradigm. Because customization will be the new normal in times to come. So will be the skills, so will be the technologies. And in this total, ecosystem, there's a lot of concern in terms of, misconception that robots will steal the jobs. The automation will totally steal the people's job. Needless to say, the routine, repetitive works they will be replaced by the automation, but work that needs creative thinking, that needs logical understanding, that needs basically public relation, they will be totally untouchable jobs. And I'm sure that artificial intelligence and other models of Industry 4.0, they'll be totally untouchable. Therefore, all of our students, the leaders of tomorrow, the employees and employers of tomorrow, they need to have a full understanding of AI intervention in all work processes. And in fact, for any organization, the balance sheet is not only about assets and liabilities. The balance sheet is also about digital assets and what capabilities, digital capabilities, their human capital or their human resources they have. So the new balance sheet will be about digital assets and capabilities, and that is going to be a game changer. So what should be the immediate focus? The immediate focus is that AI is going to be the key solution to improve the Indian education system. So we have to do pole vaulting, no incremental transformation, no leapfrogging now, but there has to be pole vaulting in integrating artificial intelligence in all curriculum. We need to adopt a data culture, very, very important, whether we are in work, whether we are in school, whether we are a faculty, there has to be a data culture everywhere. And we have to own the automation debate in the sense that we need to make our teachers, we need to make our students aware that if we are not skilling ourselves in these new digital tools, we'll be totally out of the work, we'll be out of the system. And we need to build a very, very clear narrative. It's very important. There has to be total understanding of the vision and goals of the future so that we are actually able to teach and evolve students as per the future work. We have to nurture agility, adaptability, and reskilling of teachers. Teachers already they are doing fantastic work, but at the same time they need to do a lot of work, particularly in order to make them digital savvy, so that they are able to teach them the practical tools and tips to the students who can grasp the techniques and tools of artificial intelligence and other language tools in a very, very easy and in a fun and playable method. And there has to process design vis-a-vis faculty profile. The faculty profiling has to be done in terms of with proper KRAs so that they're able to unlearn as well as they're able to reskill themselves. And teaching methodologies and AI understanding of the teachers, it has to be done in a very, very holistic manner, and also it has to be done in a very rapid manner. There has to be the culture of continuous learning. Teachers they need to imbibe the model on the concept of triple L, lifelong learning. The access is very important. Needless to say that in India, we have a lot of marginalized section of society also. We need to mainstream the marginalized. We need to see that the fruits of digital transformation, particularly AI, it reaches even the last mile student also. It's very, very important. And also we need to have STEM specialists. In fact, our students need to be STEM specialists, irrespective whatever curriculum they have, whether they are in sciences or social sciences, humanities, or in commerce, whatever it is. There has to be integration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in all curriculum, whatever domain they are doing or they are going for. So we have the advantage. Very important thing now. Again, why I'm saying that we should pole vault, not even leapfrog, because we have a lot of advantages. In fact, as we know that AI is the key solution, and also India is home to 1/6 of the world's population, and India is bound to play a very, very leading role in determining the global success of sustainable development goals. And by 2030, India will have the largest number of young people in the globe, and the population size, which will be a boon only if these young people are skilled enough in the tools of different, industry 4.0 tools, and even like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, AR, VR, additive manufacturing, 3D printing, so that they are skilled enough to join the workforce or they are able to become entrepreneurs. And also in achieving SDGs, particularly SDG 4, also we always have this bottom up approach. And because we know that since education is a concurrent subject, a lot of things are done at the state level also. So there is need to progress towards these SDG goals, and the key steps to achieve the same would be to monitor the indicators on a real-time basis using artificial intelligence tools. And also we have unprecedented availability of data points in this second most populous country of the world, which is coupled to access heavy computational power, which could potentially make India as one of the strongest beneficiary of the artificial intelligence wave. And once initiated and operationalized, I am sure that the AI powered systems, they are not only going to better as they learn more and more data is available, they will actually make our country as the super, power country of tomorrow. And as I've told you that inclusivity is very, very important. There has to be models of inclusion in each and every way, whether it's curriculum, whether it's teacher training, so that we are actually able to touch base each and every person. And the most important thing that in this COVID has given India a new mantra, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. And this is a slogan that is right now trending across the country. With the boycott of Chinese apps and some of the products, the government's initiative to make India completely self-reliant, this is only the model. The artificial intelligence is one of those ways that can actually promote make in India, made in India, and in fact, startups are playing an excellent role in this particular paradigm. And startups, many startups, they are in fact empowering K-12 students to use their creativity and enhance their skills to innovate and invent. And in fact, right now the platform we are in, the workshop we are in, the program we are right now in, which is curated by IncubateIND, it is also one of the milestones. One of the reasons why I'm here is that this is also startup that is actually empowering K-12 students, so that we are actually able to unleash the potential of Atam Nirbhar Bharat. So thank you very much and good luck with the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. It was good. I mean, there are one or two questions. Like, if you have 1 minute, I could quickly, you know,
Yeah, sure, sure.
take them with you. Yeah. So, how do you think the education system needs to stand up? And do you think for students to learn more, the teachers need to be trained? And what are you working on in that domain?
See, in PhD Chamber of Commerce Industry, we have a very, very vibrant education committee, wherein we are integrating industry expect the industry experts in the school system. So the point is that our teachers, they are trained in terms of delivering the subject, but at the same time the practical world is totally different. And as we have this national education policy which tells about integrating vocational skills, because as we know that after 10th, the school, the higher education gross enrollment ratio right now is only close to 26%. So the point is that at chamber level, we are trying to integrate industrial skills in the students itself, so that they understand at least the important nuances of this facet, that how how actual work happens, and how with different government schemes, most of the things can be integrated so that they become employable for tomorrow.
Sure, sir. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think there's a need to, also upskill teachers and faculty members for them to actually go back and teach the students. Yeah. So happy to work with you more often. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank you
much.
for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Sure.
inviting me.
Thank you. As we conclude, everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm very grateful to all the speakers who have joined us in last 2 odd days. Some international speakers, some national speakers, and everyone tinkered with their time zones to be with us. So we are extremely grateful. We are also extremely grateful to all the all the attendees who have been there with us for last 2 days.